I watch so you don't have to.
All I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
Ladies and gentlemen, today is a day for celebration. Maybe a little bit of reflection, but more than anything, it is officially the end of an era. Some of you may not know this because you are new here, but for the past 3 years, my channel has been synonymous with the Chucky TV series. For reasons that were honestly difficult to comprehend, from the moment I innocently reviewed the very first episode of this show, for some reason, my critiques rubbed people the wrong way. That review was actually one of my very first videos to go somewhat viral when I was a very small channel. In fact, in a lot of ways, it was in that moment that the real shift that you know and love today was born. Because it was in that moment that I realized that no matter what I say, people are going to hear what they want to hear anyway.
It's true.
Cancel Joe actually spawned from me reviewing this series, as he was basically me taking the unhinged comments I was getting and putting a face to them. So I'll tell you this, as much as I didn't like this show personally, I had a lot of fun making videos for it. And for that reason, I am willing to give the Chucky TV series just a small bit of gratitude. This show literally made me a better content creator because it gave me so much awful material to consistently poke fun of. From Jake's punchable face to Chucky becoming a parody of himself, there was just so much material for me to work with, and now it's all over. Because it has now been confirmed that Chucky has been officially canceled after 3 seasons. I guess that renewed Chucky movement didn't exactly go according to plan. Here's the thing, and this is something that I tried to beat into the heads of this unhinged fan base from day one. This show was mostly awful in quality, and it was disrespectful to the legacy of the original Child's Play films. And the only people who truly had love for it were these nameless, faceless social media accounts that made the show their entire identity. In fact, I'm not even convinced that most of them were real people. This show, to me, had zero cultural impact. And the reason that I believe that is because to this day, I still get people coming up to me and telling me that they didn't even know that this show existed. But if you listen to the people in my comments and on social media, they will tell you that I'm in the minority. They would always tell me that this show has a 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, as if that is supposed to be a selling point. All that really does is confirm how flawed that system actually is.
That's right, it stinks!
And here's the thing. I've encountered people who genuinely enjoyed the show and approached me respectfully, and on this day, I actually feel for those people. As for the rest of you, the trolls, the fake activists, the toxic people who threatened me over my opinion, to those people on this day, I say that you got exactly what you deserved. No amount of deflection, name-calling, and labeling of people is going to get this show renewed. The truth is that this show was an absolute joke, and it's a miracle that it got 3 seasons to begin with. My biggest takeaway from all of this is that Chucky as a character, at least momentarily, can no longer be diminished by the poor creative associated with this series. Yes, I know that Don Mancini is unfortunately still in charge, and according to his official X account, Chucky will be back in some capacity.
Were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
My only hope is that someone intervenes in that project who actually has talent and can somehow restore that iconic character to his original form. Because let's be honest, if the future of Chucky is left up to Don Mancini, we will most likely be getting more of the same. Expect more age-inappropriate makeout sessions that are going to go viral for all the wrong reasons. If you know, you know, and if you do know, you probably wish you could forget. The reaction to this news has been predictable, with some saying that Syfy and USA Network are making a huge mistake.
You serious?
Chucky has basically become the horror version of The Acolyte at this point. And again, like with The Acolyte, we have to ask the question, if there are so many people who want this show to continue, then how exactly did it get canceled in the first place? Obviously, the ratings weren't good enough to justify a fourth season. This is just more of people living inside of their social media bubbles for too long with no concept of the real world. We got predictable, unhinged posts from people like Elliot, who said, quote, "Boycott Syfy, make them lose all their money, pirate the show, send them death threats." The kind of response that I'm all too personally familiar with dealing with this fan base. This is exactly why I feel like this show needed to end, because there are far too many people like this who have a way too unhealthy obsession with it. And honestly, it made the discourse around the show absolutely exhausting. Death threats over a f***ing TV show. Please, for the love of Christ, go outside and touch grass.
Le who? The her.
Bottom line, I think this is a good thing for Chucky, and it's a good thing for the fandom. I do feel for the people who are losing out on jobs because of this. That part does suck. But it is a regular part of the entertainment industry, and I do think that they'll find work elsewhere. In the end, it's time to say goodbye for good, and let the toxic individuals who advocated for this show so passionately yell into the void and deservedly not get what they want. Oh, I bet you're real happy with yourself, aren't you? Your hate and bigotry is what is most responsible for this show getting cancelled. Real Shift single-handedly ruined the outside perception of this series, and his stupid videos made people not want to watch it. Chucky shouldn't be cancelled. You should be cancelled. I believe that you have jeopardized the safety of the Chucky community. I'll be issuing a formal request to YouTube to have you deplatformed immediately. Jake deserved better. Lexi deserved better. Chucky deserved better. And now we'll never get to see them again because of your stupid man-baby face. I can't even right now. This is the absolute worst day of my life, and I just want to curl up in a ball and die. You'll get yours, Real Shift. I'll never forgive you for this.
Y'all be cool. Right on.